Hey again guys, and I just wanted to do a quick update here. So I am starting on the sponsons, and I just wanted to show real quick, this is the door, and now I don't have this bit. So I've decided I'm going to make my own. Now what I did here is I took, just kind of broke off a little corner piece of tissue paper and put it in the hole there, took a little pinch of Sculpey, and I've mixed together a little bit of green and brown. That's what I just had extra of. And just put it in there, kind of evened it out a little bit with the toothpick. And now I'm taking a kind of an older X-Acto blade, a little bit messed up, but that's okay. And I'm just going to be smoothing this out, just trying to get it in as even as possible, kind of flush with the wall out there. And when I get done with that, I'm going to start on some detail work on it. So I'll see you guys again in a few minutes. Alright guys, so I've got somebody to actually help me out with the camera now, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you this little piece here. This is going to be, it's going to end up going right here, and have the gun coming off of it. I am going to have a little bit more done on it too, so it's going to kind of have a plant look holding the whole thing together. But what I did here, basically just took a piece of Sculpey and rounded it off some, and I do use the table. I am extremely cheap, but the cheapest tool sometimes the most convenient. Did that right there. It gives it a nice kind of a flat texture on it's the part itself here. Makes it look like it's actually a mechanical piece instead of being an organic piece, because this is going to be a blend of mechanical and organic. So I've started that up, and I'll take a little toothpick here and kind of work this around some, because I do want it to look smooth. You don't want to have a lot of lines on it at this point. And just kind of work this over, and I twist this as I go. I don't know if you can see that on the camera, but I twist this as I go to make it not leave individual lines. Hey again guys, and so what I've done here is I went ahead, got this piece molded on. Now this is not baked yet, haven't finished it completely, but this is essentially what it's going to look like for now. Trying to get a good view on it. The lighting again is horrible on here. And there's this bit. Now this is going to be the inside of this bolter. This bolter is going to fit on here. I'm not going to actually push it on right now because it is, again, not baked, and I do not want to mess up that mold or stick it on here any worse than it already has been. Once I get done baking this, I went ahead and I put a kind of preliminary little hole just poked through there. Now this whole thing, it does have my fingerprints on it. That's one of the big downsides to Sculpey, is it is extremely soft. So it's got my fingerprints on it. This bit here, not so much, because I did put down the tissue on the bottom of it before I stuck it inside there. So when it's done, any of the pieces that are supposed to be smooth on here, I will go ahead and sand off, because that will probably have a couple little bits of fingerprint on it. This piece, this is mostly going to be on the inside. You're not really going to see this, but I'll still sand it down, just make sure it's kind of nice and smooth on there. And I'll take my X-Acto blade to it and kind of, I noticed that with Sculpey, once it's dried and it's actually hardened on here, it's still going to be fairly malleable. You can go ahead and take X-Acto razor blade and just kind of cut on a little bit, and it will cut off a lot easier than it will. It's a lot, well, in some cases a whole lot more easy to work with on here once it's actually set, rather than when it's still soft like this. But now I think this is, I'm going to go ahead and bake these two here, and then I'll bake this big piece at the same time. And that will most likely be all I'm doing on here tonight. But I will do another follow-up again later once I've got some more stuff done with it.